At least 16 people have died in the Los Angeles fires as 4 blazes continue to cause devastation across the sprawling Californian city. Cadaver dogs and search crews are scouring scorched rubble after the most destructive wildfire in the city's history. About 35,000 homes and businesses are without electricity, according to poweroutage.us, an outage monitor that tracks blackouts across the U.S. It comes as police confirmed more than 20 arrests have been made for looting after 2 individuals were caught posing as firefighters and entering properties. What's the latest? The largest fire in the Palisades is now more than 20,000 acres, although firefighters have made modest progress in increasing containment. The fire is moving east, threatening the exclusive neighborhood of Brentwood, home to the Getty Center, a world-famous art museum that has now been evacuated. Students at the nearby University of California, Los Angeles are awaiting updates from officials, while classes are being held remotely. 11 deaths have been confirmed in the Eaton fire and another 5 in the Palisades fire. As of Saturday, more than 153,000 people were under evacuation orders in Los Angeles County, according to local authorities. Another 166,000 were under evacuation warnings. More than 12,000 structures have been razed by the fires. By structures, officials mean homes, outbuildings, sheds, mobile homes, and cars. More than 7,000 structures have been destroyed by the Eaton fire. The Palisades fire has destroyed about 5,300 structures, including at least 426 houses. Authorities say a curfew that is in place from 18 o'clock local time, 2 o'clock GMT, to 6 o'clock within the areas affected by the Palisades and Eaton fires after reports of looting is being strictly enforced. There have been 22 arrests, 19 in the Eaton fire area and 3 in the Palisades fire zone. 2 arrests were for curfew violations, and these individuals were taken into custody. The others were held on suspicion of burglary, looting, Idaho theft, possession of narcotics. 1 individual was on parole and in possession of a concealed firearm. About 400 National Guard members are deployed around the region helping with road closures and critical infrastructure missions, say officials. The fires could turn out to be the costliest in U.S. history, potentially wreaking between $135 billion and $150 billion, according to a preliminary estimate by AccuWeather. Insured losses are expected to be above $8 billion, 6.5 billion pounds, because of the high value of the properties damaged. Celebrities who have lost their homes include Mel Gibson, Leighton Meester, and Adam Brody, who attended the Golden Globes just days ago, and Paris Hilton. Where are the fires? There are 4 fires raging in the wider area, according to California fire officials. Palisades, the first fire to erupt on Tuesday and the biggest in the region, which could become the most destructive fire in state history. It has scorched more than 23,654 acres, including the upmarket Pacific Palisades neighborhood. It was 11% contained as of Sunday morning Eaton. It has struck the northern part of Los Angeles, blazing through areas such as Altadena. It is the second biggest fire in the area, burning more than 14,000 acres. It is 15% contained Hearst. Located just north of San Fernando, it began burning on Tuesday night. It has grown to 799 acres and is almost fully contained, Kenneth. This fire broke out on Thursday on the border of Los Angeles and Ventura counties. It so far covers 1,052 acres. Authorities say its progress has been stopped and it is also almost fully contained. The earlier Archer, Sunset, Lydia, Woodley, and Olivas fires have been contained. Was LA prepared for the fires? A political row about the city's preparedness has erupted after it emerged that some fire crews' hoses ran dry. California Governor Gavin Newsom has called for an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure to hydrants and why the Santa Ynez Reservoir was closed for maintenance and empty when the fire broke out. Losing supplies from fire hydrants likely impaired the effort to protect some homes and evacuation corridors, he wrote. Mayor Karen Bass returned to the city from a previously arranged trip to Ghana to find it on fire. She has faced intense questions about the region's preparedness, her leadership in this crisis, and the water issues. On Saturday, she deflected questions about her handling of the emergency, telling a news conference, "Right now, our first and most important obligation to Angelenos is to get through this crisis." Before the fires broke out, the city of LA's fire chief warned in a memo that budget cuts were hampering the department's ability to respond to emergencies. Also on Saturday, Louisiana County Fire Chief Anthony Marone separately denied that his department had been unprepared. "I did everything in my power to make sure that we had enough personnel and resources before the first fire started," he said. "It wasn't for a lack of preparation or decision-making that resulted in this catastrophe. It was a natural disaster," Marone added. Dismay over the fire threat was worsened by alerts mistakenly sent to every mobile phone in Los Angeles on Thursday, residents say, prompting anger from some. About 10 million people live in the county. During a news conference on Saturday morning, city authorities blamed a software glitch, which they said was frustrating, unacceptable. They said they were changing their alert system to partner with the California State Emergency Notification System. What caused the fires? Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said detectives are continuing to investigate the possible causes. "Everything is absolutely on the table," he said. Lightning, the most common source of fires in the U.S., has been ruled out as a cause for the Palisades and Eaton fires. Nor has there been any official indication so far that arson or utility lines, the next two biggest culprits in sparking fires, caused any of the conflagrations. California's very wet years of 2022 to 23 brought about a huge growth of vegetation, which dried out in the drought of last year, creating abundant kindling. A combination of an exceptionally dry period, downtown Los Angeles has only received 0.16 inches, 0.4 centimeters of rain since October, and powerful offshore gusts known as the Santa Ana winds have also created ripe conditions for wildfires. BBC weather forecaster Sarah Keith Lucas says there is no rain forecast in the area for at least the next week. Although winds were expected to ease slightly later Friday into Saturday, forecasters warned that they would pick up again on Sunday into Monday. What role has climate change played? Although strong winds and lack of rain are driving the blazes, experts say climate change is altering the background conditions and increasing the likelihood of such fires. Much of the western United States, including California, experienced a decades-long drought that ended just 2 years ago, making the region vulnerable. Whiplash, swings between dry and wet periods in recent years, created a massive amount of tinder-dry vegetation that was ready to burn. U.S. government research is unequivocal in linking climate change to larger and more severe wildfires in the western U.S. Climate change, including increased heat, extended drought, and a thirsty atmosphere, has been a key driver in increasing the risk and extent of wildfires in the western United States. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says, fire season in Southern California is generally thought to stretch from May to October, but the governor has pointed out earlier that blazes had become a perennial issue. "There's no fire season," he said. "It's fire year." Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section.